Good day everyone, Aldrin here. Today we're going to take a look at Zenmate. Zenmate is a virtual private network service that ensures that your privacy is secure while using the internet and making sure that your personal information is not leaked or stolen. Zenmate is based in Germany and was founded in 2013. They offer options for both personal or business uses and have quite a sizable amount of server locations as well. They also allow Netflix to be streamed so you can watch content that isn't available in your country or your location. So that's kind of nice. But that's kind of a very typical thing for most VPNs, so expect the basic stuff to be repeated here as well. But before we get to that, we're going to take a look at some of its other features and available plans. Then we're going to learn how to install and use the product so we can see just how fast, secure, and easy it really is. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so of course, as always, we're going to start with the website. So let's go to zenmate.com. So we're going to be taking a look at what they will be, what they have in their website. So of course, they have their claim here, trusted by over 45 million users. It's fast, secure, and easy. And advanced security with 100% guaranteed no log policy, which is kind of standard for most VPN. As you see here, there is a free 7-day free trial, which is nice. It's always great to see that. They have their basic features here on the website, main webpage, and they have all the typical stuff. They have the no logging policy. Of course, lightning speeds or fast speeds that most VPNs claim. It is made in or based in Germany, at least anyway. It actually has it's available for many different devices as well. So that's kind of good. Actually, when I was going through the list earlier, I was very surprised at the different kinds of platforms that it is in. So we'll be taking a little bit of that in more detail in a bit. So of course they have their no logging policy, as I mentioned earlier, so they don't track your data while you're using their service. So that's kind of nice. And it says here it protects up to 5 devices. So if you have 5 devices, you can protect all of those using just one account. Also, they have something that I found that was called Zenmate Academy, or if I can find it here. Here we go. So it's in, I believe it's here. Read more. Okay, yeah, there we go. So yeah, I was just trying to remember where I got that page. Okay, so yeah, you just go to YVPN and then go to read more, and it'll send you to this page right here, which is actually kind of a useful thing. I was going through some of this earlier. Basically, Zenmate Academy is a kind of a how-to guide for certain things about VPN. So if you want to learn more about VPN, what it does and how it helps, or what it does exactly, you'll be able to look through this gigantic list of things that you can learn from using this page. So that's kind of nice. And also, besides the basic features, they have some very nice advanced features as well, such as split tunneling and kill switch. So we've been hearing a few of those a lot more recently, so that's kind of nice. Other than that, they also have some other separate services, which is also pretty useful. It's at the bottom here. Yes, there we go. So they have other products as well that you can use, which is Zenmate Web Firewall, Zenmate Safe Search, and Zenmate Identity Shield. So each of those have different functions. So of course the firewall is for ads, so it's like an ad blocker basically, and make sure that you don't run into any malware. And then Safe Search, of course, as the name suggests, that you're trying to make sure that the websites you're visiting are safe. And then lastly, Identity Shield is basically for your email. So if you want to secure your email to keep it safe, that is what you would go to. So sadly, these are not included with the actual VPN app itself. These are all separate things. So if you want to give those a try, you'll have to download those or install those separately, since most of these are actually all of these are extensions, I believe. So if we look here, yeah, so you just add that to Chrome. Same thing for Safe Search. I think this is you add this as well, and then same thing for Zenmate as well. So that's kind of very nice to have as an option. Also, I think I might have mentioned it a little bit earlier, they have a business section as well. So if you are running a business or you own a business, you can use this service. Sadly, they don't have a price available here. If you want to get a price tag on this feature, you will have to talk to the support or to the company directly, because you will have to ask for a quotation as shown here in the button after I click the Get Started Now, because normally we'd be seeing a price there. So speaking of prices, let's go ahead and see what their plans are in Zenmate. So they have the, of course, usual 1 month, but it's actually $9.99 per month, which is a little bit below the usual. Actually, it's around the average of where the VPNs cost these days. They also have the 1 year for $3.99 per month, and then the 2 years for $2.05, which is kind of different, very different from the other ones. Of course, they all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as with most of VPNs. Actually, all of the VPNs we've talked about so far. So that's kind of nice. So in case you don't want to use it again, or are not happy with their service, you can always just get your money back. And they're also in many places around the world. So more than 30 countries. Shows here all their different servers. That's a lot of different places that you can jump to in case you want to try this service. So other than that, I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and give their product a try. Let's go ahead and start with trying the, actually let's do the free trial for now, since we're just going to be testing this out. So, and it actually just downloads it right away. No, it didn't seem like I needed to sign up or anything. So let's go ahead and see. Let's see how this goes. So let's keep that, and then we'll just be opening up the Zenmate app. Say yes. All right, now we'll be installing the app itself. All right. So it's preparing to install, so we'll just have to wait there for a little bit, and we'll get back to, oh, okay, never mind. We'll just click accept here. It's still downloading. I guess it's a separate download. So you'll download the installer, and now you're downloading the app itself. So we just have to wait for that a little bit. All right. Okay, so there we go. We are now set up there. Now we're just connecting to their systems. So let's go and try this out. Oop. Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess we do still have to sign up. So we'll just do that really quick. Oop. Start now. Okay, let's make one really quick. And then, all right. So we'll just make one really quick, and then we'll get back to you. All right, so we've finished signing up here, so we just have to go check our email, and then we just need to activate the trial, so we'll just click that, which will send us to the confirmation page, and now we can use it. So that's great. So now let's go back to the app here. So let's log in. All right, so now we are logged in, so we are good to go. So we'll be able to, let's just close this one really quick. And now we can use, I don't like that it's in the corner here. So, all right, let's go. There we go. So now we can actually use the app itself. So it's just a very simple design. So we can check the send feedback, check settings, account, log out, and then exit Zenmate. They also have a bigger kind of version of the app itself, so we can take a look at all the servers that they have available. So they have quite a few here, and we can actually try these out. So start. Oh, there's also some buttons here on the side. So the favorites. There's already a preset favorites here. So they have France, Germany, United States, UK, and other US for streaming. So if you use BBC iPlayer, this is great for you, or if you are a Netflix user, or if you want to use the US Netflix, then you can definitely use the US server for your streaming. That's very nice. I like that they also say that here, just for streaming purposes, so that's good. And then they have all the servers as we showed earlier. So for torrenting, so if you do like to torrent, this is also a good app for you, or good service for you, because they have a lot of different ones here available. And then they have for streaming some of the other suggestions that they have as well. So they do also show the kind of services they do support. So for Netflix, BBC iPlayer, Hulu, YouTube, YLE, I'm not sure what that is, TF1, Globo. So there's a lot of streaming options for you here. If you use a specific streaming app, just look for the streaming app that you use and the country that you want to use it for. Then you'll be able to access it quite easily. So that's quite a lot of lists there. So that's listed here, so that's kind of nice. And then we can click here to upgrade to a monthly service. But right now we're still trying the free trial, so that's okay. And then this just has your account information, and then the settings. So they have the settings here on the small tab up here, or you can just click. So if you open that, okay. So if we just do that, I like that actually. So it can minimize itself or expand depending on what your, well, if you click this, it'll just minimize, and if we click that, it'll just expand to this again. So let's go back to the settings really quick. So we can have this start right away on when we are logging into to our computer or our device. You can also auto connect on startup, so we can connect to whatever we chose. So we can say, you can pick either best server location or a specific server that you want, and then you can select more servers if you want to pick a specific one that you want to connect to. So that's very good. So they also have, oh no, cause program. Okay, so we ran into a CyberGhost crash report. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Let's just send. Let's not send for now. All right, so we are back up. So let's go back to what we were doing there. Settings. So we can do the auto connect setup or startup on startup, and then select which one you want to connect to right away. And then they have the language options. They have English, German, French, Italian, Spanish, Romanian, Polish, Russian, Portuguese, Korean, and Turkish. So most of these are just European languages, Western languages rather, except for Korean. So that's kind of a lot of options, but I guess for some of our Eastern viewers out there, if you can't read any of these, then might have a little bit of trouble. But then again, you wouldn't be watching this video. So they do have those options if you need to use a different language to make it easier for yourself. So of course, there's also the automatic kill switch, as we talked about earlier, or you can just reset all of your settings to default in case you want to change some things. So then let's go ahead to the connection tab here. So they have their VPN protocols. You can select which one you want. They have the OpenVPN, IKEv2, L2TP, so that's nice. They have many different protocols available. So you can use also for this option, you can have either TCP instead of UDP. So I guess they have their settings set to UDP automatically. So this would just change it to TCP instead. And then also an option here, use a random port to connect. So you can automatically test a wide range of ports to connect to. But it's only available for the OpenVPN protocol. So you'll have to switch to that if you want to do the automatic test. So it gives you the ability to use the VPN in airports and hotels. So that's kind of nice, and will definitely, of course, which will restrict the internet traffic to HTTP connections only. So, and they also have the DNS leak protection, so always keep that on. It also enables the name servers while it's connected, so you'll know more information about what's going on with your connection, so that way you can be more secure, which is kind of nice. And then you also have to disable the IP version 6 connections when you're connected to the VPN, so that's an extra protection right there. And I think that's it for the menus. Not much here really. I really don't like that it goes to the corner there. And then you can also contact support if you need, or send feedback about the product itself. And let's go ahead and test out their connection. Yeah, let's do of course, as always, we're going to be connecting to the United States server and see how that goes. It's taking a little while here. Well, while we're connecting to that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the reviews that they have online. So I was checking out some of the issues here, but for the most part, it has a pretty great review overall. There's been only 146 people that reviewed this so far. There's an alarming, well, kind of a very hard to ignore 17% of bad ratings here. So there is that. But from what I've been reading so far, most of it are, well, these ones are connection issues, but a lot of the other ones that I've encountered were support issues. So they had some problems with the support for the service. So yeah, that's kind of a big problem there, but hopefully the app itself is not that big of a problem. So we're going to be testing that out right now. All right, so we are connected to Los Angeles, but let's go ahead and try a different one here. Let's do, I don't know, yeah, let's do UK. What do they have? Okay. So they also show the distance here, so you'll know how far the server is from you, and then the loadout that they have at that server, and then you can just click here if you want to add it as a favorite, so you'll have it available for you, ready to go once you open up the app. So we are now connected to Manchester. So let's do the test really quick. So since now that we are connected, let's turn this off first. Let's do a test without the VPN using Netflix, as we always do. So starting with, let's do the usual thing that we like to test, watching Lucifer. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's Let's do a refresh trial. All right, so of course, again, it's pretty fast as we expect, since we don't have to go through multiple servers to load it up. All right, and it's loading pretty quick. So that's the typical thing for that. But now let's go ahead and try with the actual the VPN turned on. Let's start with the United States as per usual. Let's wait for that to go. Currently there's 10% load here, so that's nice. Then you won't have too much problems with internet speeds. It is very far away. All right, so we are now connected. Let's go ahead and test it out. Oh no, something went wrong. I seem to be using an unblocker or proxy. So clearly, so it might not be as Netflix proof as we thought. Let's see if we can try, let's do all servers for streaming. All right, so let's do this one. Let's see if that actually works. It's Los Angeles. So I think we were connected somewhere else earlier. All right, so let's try. It's not connecting to. Oh, we were connected to Los Angeles earlier. So now let's do New York and see if that works. Hey, it's working. All right, so I guess Los Angeles doesn't work for their servers. Okay. That's good. That's, yeah. All right, so yeah, they specify which one is used for what. Kuwait Central, yeah, cool. Okay, let's try UK. They don't have, do they have Netflix? Yes, they do. Okay, let's try this one. This is actually very handy having the service optimized for a specific service here, so you'll know which server would be good for which app or service you are trying to use it for. And connection VPN. All right, so let's try one more time. All right, and it works. And it's loading pretty quick. All right, great, good to know. Let's do, I think I saw Canada here somewhere. Canada, oh, Canada, nope. Oh, I guess there is no optimized one for Canada in here for streaming. They do have one for torrenting, so if you do torrent, you can do that. Let's try through here and see if it will work. Canada. Let's connect. Hopefully we'll be able to see if this will work. We're connected to Montreal. Let's refresh that. It's taking a little while here. And yeah, it works. All right, great. So there you go. I think that is it for the testing for this service. That's good to know. Just being mindful if you're connecting to the US servers, make sure to go to the streaming tab, or tab here, and then go to the optimized for Netflix one, which will connect you to the New York server apparently. That way you'll be able to watch Netflix using the US catalog. So there is that for you. So I think that's about it for our testing there. Now let's go ahead and go over everything that we just learned. So, all right, so there we go. Okay, so that's kind of everything that we have for this product, this service, Zenmate, so it's pretty easy to use. The app itself is pretty simple, not much to it. I kind of not really hate, but I don't like the fact that it goes to the corner whenever you try to minimize it, or starts up in the corner whenever you try to open it. So it's a little bit frustrating, but that's just a little bit of a personal thing, preference. They do have the free trial, which is great, and it works fine. It works perfectly, actually. There were just some. Actually, no, I don't really see any problems there. They do have a bunch of servers available, not as much as the other ones we've tried so far, but it is still pretty sizable. I do like the fact that they have optimizations for specific services, so that is a big bonus for me. And of course, it works with Netflix, as we just saw. It also works for other specific streaming services. They do have that streaming tab there available for you, and they have that torrenting tab if you do like to torrent. And they also have the 30-day money-back guarantee, so that's very good. If you end up not wanting to continue their services, you can always ask for your money back. Yeah, actually, it was pretty nice. As far as the negatives, just from reviews, bad support experience is what I've noticed. I have not had to contact support yet, but since everything is still working fine. But for those longer term users who have complained about support, that might be something to look into if you're concerned about that. Be mindful of that issue. The other thing that I did not mention, or I might not have mentioned earlier, was that this company is based in Germany, so it is part of the 14 Eyes Alliance, which means that it is part of a government surveillance group. But so some of their, I think it was, some information does get to the government, the governments who are part of that alliance. They still do have very strong security. It's just that then they have to give some of that information to the government. So that is kind of a bad, well, not really bad thing necessarily. It's more of a, I'm not sure about it kind of situation. So yeah, like I mentioned, Zenmate's protocols and encryption are good. So, and there is that to keep in mind. So if you want to give it a go though, they do have that free trial option that we just did. So if you want to try that out, go ahead and download that. It doesn't take that long. And I think that's about it for this video. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully it was of some help to you guys. And definitely check out some of our other videos on the channel. I've been Al, and see you guys next time.